Hi guys, I'm Trisha and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Actor Trisha Krishnan first time OTT-ல நடிச்சிருக்காங்க. நம்ம பிருந்தா பற்றி தாங்க இன்ஸ்டாவில் லைவ் chat பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. என்ன பேசுறாங்கன்னு வாங்க பார்க்கலாம்.
Hello,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hi, Surya.
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me? Is the audio
Uh,
fine?
I will see the comments and see if they can hear you. Hi,
Okay.
can everyone hear Trisha, ma'am? Ma'am, I'm getting a lot of requests to be on the live video with you. I can't
Then we'll
accept
have too
everyone.
many people. Hello.
Too many people. Very nice talking to you.
Hi, everyone.
How?
It's so nice to see you all, and it's been so long since we've done a live chat.
Yeah. So, pardon me, guys. By the way, I'm Surya Manoj Wangala. I have written and directed Brinda.
Everybody
Ma'am,
knows you now, Surya.
ma'am, thank you for that. So, I'm doing the live for the first time. So, if there are any glitches or anything, please pardon me for it. Ma'am, how is it? How is it? How is the feeling like post Brinda and everything?
You owe us a party.
Yes.
I heard you all partied 2 weeks back without me.
Ma'am, we are waiting for you. No, it
I
was a
know.
small get together. Yeah, we're all
Yes,
waiting for you.
I
Uh,
know. I know.
yeah.
And how are you feeling?
I
Congratulations to the entire Brinda team.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you. This is my debut, so this is so overwhelming for me. Like people have been talking non-stop across Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Bengali, everywhere. The reception has been great.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. How was it for you, ma'am? I know you must have seen so many
No,
hits.
but
How?
I don't know if you remember this. I think day one when we met up, not even for when we started rolling, when we did the costume trials and the
Yeah,
look test, I
yeah,
did tell you you have a winner because it's such an interesting story. And I've been
yeah,
saying it a lot in so many interviews that I just, I'm not saying my intuition has always been right about scripts I've chosen, but I had a very good feeling about this because
yeah,
I feel anything works when you stop a chapter and you want to know what next.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
I'm so happy for you, but I'm so happy for the whole team.
yeah,
I feel we made this project with so much of love. I mean,
yeah,
there were lots of ups and downs,
yeah,
but then we had so much fun
yeah,
while filming it.
yeah,
And the reception, I must say, even it's been one up than even what I
yeah,
expected.
yeah. Yeah. It's been crazy, ma'am. Like, and they're saying, like, of course, you have done so many awesome movies,
But it's
but they've been saying,
different.
yeah. But this is the first time you're doing it on a OTT space. Like, what compelled you? Like,
First.
how did you get into it? Yeah.
While
How did you get it?
filming, I didn't feel any difference because it is like any other shoot, right?
Yeah.
And it's just that maybe it's longer because we have so many hours to shoot
Yeah.
so much. It's
Yeah.
unlike a film.
Yeah.
But I was a little apprehensive to get into the OTT space because this was a project I signed about 4 years ago, right? At
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
three and a half
Yeah.
years ago. I am so glad that for once I decided, when you take the leap of faith and it works to your benefit, I'm really happy about that. Because I feel now there's so much more thanks to you that even I can explore on OTT
Yeah.
right now. I'm not restricted to one department
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Ma'am, you have like clearly like I remember you telling me that you have read this script, like the one that
yeah.
I've sent you,
Yes.
production has sent you, and then you in the flight journey you have read it, and then
Yes.
by the time you got down, you're saying like I will do this. You don't
Yeah.
know about me. You've never heard of me. It's my debut
Yeah.
project.
Yeah.
You just read the script. What got you hooked on to like? How did you believe me, ma'am? I don't understand.
See, I think you'll understand this because even you're an avid reader. In fact, we've discussed a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
books and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. We did.
When I pick up a novel, I don't know the author. I don't know. But what keeps me going is, I mean, to be very honest, Surya, I didn't know you as a person at that
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
but it was so interesting. And I think this particular genre is something I like reading. I love
Yeah.
crime. I like thrillers. I like a little bit of fantasy. Those are the kind of books I read.
Yeah.
And this felt like I was reading a fun novel,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I think when I met you, I mean, you just know. You just, I don't know how to explain it.
And
That's what, like I say, I don't want to be. My intuition has not always been correct with my scripts. We've all made
yeah. Yeah.
mistakes. But this was something I had a lot of faith in, and it's nice to know that, hey, I was right. It's one of those
Yeah.
things.
Ma'am, one more thing. Before we
Yeah.
get into the audience questions
Yes.
again, I have a few more questions for you. Okay,
Sure.
ma'am, you you're like the South Queen. You're the beauty queen. Everyone knows that. And ma'am, every time someone remembers you, they are like Jessie. You know the way you smile and everything. We
Yeah.
remember discussing on the set that Brinda doesn't smile. There are only like 2-3 occasions that she
Yes.
smiles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and when we are doing the look test also,
Yeah.
uh, we, there is no makeup. We
Yeah.
hardly did anything. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And the way you carry yourself, you have a jacket, you have a bag all the
Yes.
time, like through the
Yes.
first half of the series.
Yeah.
Uh, like how did you like feel about it? Like were you apprehensive about taking on this kind of a look?
No, I felt,
Anything?
when I got into the OTT space, this was very different because the very fact on day one, if you remember, the first thing we wanted to crack was the police uniform.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
everything else was kind of normal,
yeah,
we could
yeah,
have, but
yeah,
this was like very, very important that was fun for me because I think this is what I love about my job, the fact that you get to do something so different.
yeah,
Even though I've had a long, like many years of work and so many films, this was something I've never done, and that's the beauty of being an actor. You still get to
yeah.
do something different, and I think once it did make sense because I also feel this role, when you explained it to me actually, when you said I
Mm.
don't want makeup because this is a girl who doesn't care how she looks, she's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
insomniac. So obviously I
yeah,
put myself in that place thinking there have been times when I'm sleep deprived, I wake up and say I need to take a flight,
yeah,
or
yeah,
do something which doesn't involve shoot. The first thing is I just wear my dark glasses and walk. I don't have the
yeah,
energy to do liner and kajal
yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it worked, and in fact, I got a lot of comments on the look, saying,
yeah, yeah,
you don't look like an actress. You look like a cop. You look like Brinda. But I
yeah,
would attribute that to you. You are not an easy director, Surya. You don't. You're all smiley and happy, but you don't also budge
yeah,
until you get what you
yeah, yeah.
want. But I think that was my safe space to just believe.
I think you, Sardi sir, and all had a lot of jokes behind my back. We'll get to that.
No,
We'll
no,
get to
no.
that
We,
with.
lo- we loved you then. We still love you. Maybe we love you a little extra now because you've given us a super hit.
Thank you,
So no,
thank
I
you.
don't think so. I think it was. I've come to understand. Maybe I didn't have this wisdom the first few years of my films, that you got to look like the character. I can't look like a glamorous cop because I've seen a lot of cops.
Yeah,
They don't look glamorous. Their
yeah,
priorities are different.
yeah.
So I really like the fact that we didn't use makeup at
Yeah,
all.
yeah, we
So
didn't.
it used
We
to
didn't.
just take me 20 minutes to get ready in the morning. That was
Yeah,
one of the biggest perks
yeah,
of doing
yeah,
Brinda.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, overall, there's so many comments that are coming in.
Yeah,
It's
well,
so nice.
let us read few of them, ma'am.
And it's so nice.
Uh,
They've all got heart emojis, and it's so, so sweet. For those of y'all who haven't watched it, I mean, please give it a watch.
Ma'am, uh, how are you still looking very young and beautiful? What's your secret? It's a question by Roop Banraj.
Oh God. In fact, today is not one of my best days. I'm sleep deprived. I took a flight and I had to go finish some work, and then I finally came for this. But thank you, the audience.
Sorry, guys, because I speak Telugu and ma'am speak Tamil.
We're
So, like,
doing,
and we are doing a pan Indian show. We have done a pan
again,
Indian
the
show.
best
So
part
the English,
about OTT, it's pan-Indian, so we can pick
yeah,
our
yeah,
language. Is Brinda
yeah.
2
We'll
coming? Surya, actually, that's a question I want to ask you. Is
bring.
Brinda 2
Yes,
coming?
ma'am. Like we are definitely doing one
You did have
because
a line for me, but I
yeah,
don't want to
we
share
did,
that. We'll keep
did
that a
discuss about
secret.
it. Yeah,
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 and that
yeah,
was
yeah.
so nice, guys. It's bigger and better. No, I wouldn't say better. This was really good, but it's
Yeah,
it's it's
it's better.
different.
It is definitely. It is not going to disappoint you. Definitely, that is
I
for sure.
I think
Uh,
that much of faith they definitely have in you. One second.
Thank you, thank you. Ma'am, it's been 1.5 years since we have wrapped up the last shot with you. Like
Yes,
now,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So I'm sure you have you're doing movies with like Kamal Hassan sir, Ajit sir, Chiranjeevi sir, and all that, right? Like with
yeah.
so much happening, so much bigger directors, bigger stars, and everything, right? Like, what was your reaction when you saw Brinda? Like, I don't think I've seen Brinda at a stretch at once, except when reading the script and everything.
I mean, for me, I mean, of course, it is so nice to be part of all the films that you just stated I'm part of. But Brinda, for me, was a personal win because I think it was, female centric. And that is one
Mhm.
department I wanted to crack in the very correct way, not just do it
Yeah,
like for the sake of
yeah,
doing it. And we've all made mistakes in the past with scripts and stuff. So I felt this was a little more of a personal win because it was about me. I'm
yeah,
not going
yeah,
to deny that,
yeah, yeah.
and I definitely would like to credit all the people I'm working with because the experience and the, what would I say, the experience I pick up from anything is from superstars and the films and the, when I see them, of course, you know what I mean. We've had this
Yeah,
conversation on set. It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
amazing to watch superstars working, and then you realize, wow, this is why he's where he is. You learn so much from them. So whether it's Kamal sir, going to working with Kamal sir, I've done two films with him. It's really like going to school, and that too, this
yeah,
is like
yeah,
a double bonanza of Mani sir as well as Kamal sir.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
you learn so much. You learn so much with their style of working, their professionalism, and of course with Ajit and with Chiranjeevi sir is the sweetest human being ever. I mean, he is. You got to give it to them. And Ajit's been a friend for a long time now, and there's so much positivity you learn from him. I mean, he could be in excruciating pain and have issues, but he will just smile and he makes everybody feel so good and positive on set. So these are things, you pick up from everybody. And then when you go home, you're like, now I know why they're superstars because, like, it can't get better.
yeah.
I mean, it's
It's
not
the
an
same feeling for
easy
me.
ride.
Like it's the same feeling for us. Like I remember this day. I'm sure you would remember as well. There was this day where we had caravan at a distance,
Yeah.
and then we had to change because of the OTT situation and all. We were
Yeah.
shooting 5 minutes per day. We had all this, and
Yeah.
then one day I remember you changing clothes in the next room. Like I think we have changed 8 costumes on one particular day, and the whole set were like clapping and giving you a
I
guard of
remember.
honor on that day.
But let me tell you little secrets because I'm too lazy to walk for 1 kilometer to change.
Um,
And you wanted to wrap that set, I remember, and we had a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah,
montages, right?
yeah,
So
a lot of fun.
but I prefer doing that. I feel, again, this comes from my experience of working with big actors. They don't use caravans. I have never seen a Chiranjeevi sir go back to his van. In fact, I asked him this last week, saying, he said, no, it's there. Once in a way I go. But like they just like the whole buzz of being there. That way the work is quicker. And I feel big stars, even when they have a break, they're always sitting in front of the monitor. They only
Yeah.
go back for lunch or, for a break. And it we managed to finish. We did quite a few montages that day.
Ma'am, even
So
every day, I don't remember you going, unless there's a costume change or anything, you're always on the set. That's
fun.
actually like a
Because
very,
our set was fun.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
We
set
had
is
so many
fun.
people.
We had so many
Yeah,
people and it's fun. No, it gets boring in a van sometimes unless you have a
yeah,
work call or something. So it was fun. I think our team was what gave
yeah,
gave this much energy also to the
yeah.
to the show.
On this occasion, we should give out a big shout out to our DOP, Dinesh Babu, who has
Absolutely.
done
Where is he?
great
I
job.
haven't seen him
Ma'am,
in ages.
we will get him, ma'am. We'll get him whenever you are here.
Done.
I'll try to add him.
Yeah,
If he's available, then we'll take him on also.
absolutely.
Ma'am, what's your favorite comment after watching the show? Like who commented? What
Oh,
are the
there are
accolades that you got?
so many. There are so many. I
Yeah,
mean, some of the ones that I have reposted,
yeah,
and there are so many I didn't, and so many. And I just want to actually apologize to my fans and well wishers because I'm sorry I couldn't repost everything. I don't want to post one and leave out the rest. So I just
yeah,
picked like some reviews and some trade analysts and those kind of
yeah,
people, and I
yeah,
posted their things
yeah,
so
yeah,
people would get an
yeah,
idea. I mean,
yeah,
it was overwhelming. I don't think I can pick one thing and say this made my day because everything made my day. It was an
yeah,
exhilarating feeling.
yeah,
And thank you for, and I also know that I think that much wisdom I have gained. I come to know when someone really means it and when they really like the work I do, or they chuma say it. And there are some people who will just unnecessarily say things, even when they like it, they want to dislike it. So I think that kind of, I've felt it for a few of my films like when PS released or when 96 released, the genuine comments and the love,
Yeah.
I felt that for Brinda.
Yeah, yeah. PS1, PS2, they're getting these national awards and stuff. Oh,
Yes.
what? Yeah, yeah.
I
Congratulations, ma'am.
I mean,
Congratulations.
I'm so proud. In fact, I'm so proud. We connected with some of the PS team people yesterday, and everyone was so happy. I feel it is a very well deserved win because I mean, everything. I mean, Money Sir deserves this,
Yeah.
and
Ma'am, you work with Mani sir, like biggest legends of the industry, ma'am. Like the last few years, I'm like really amazed at what you're like doing
I'm
and getting the audience to see. It's really been amazing. Ma'am, Telugu, we did the show in Telugu. Ma'am,
yeah
Telugu is not your mother tongue.
yeah
There are also few comments and everything the
yes
recent time that you
yeah
said no son ante nenu dandana,
yeah
you know,
yeah yeah
and all that. But when you perform, you exactly get right about the nuance of being a Telugu woman or for that matter a cop, and
yeah.
everything. I've never seen you like prepare before, like reading through the lines before or like putting
That's
so much
not a good
effort.
thing. That's not a good thing. You're trying to
Ma'am,
tell people I'm not a method actor.
Ma'am, you are, ma'am. There are few actors, like people who speak really highly about, like when you look through all this roundtable conference, Hollywood roundtable conference, who are generally doing the method acting. Some people just are there in that moment when the action
Yeah,
starts. You are that
yeah,
kind of an actor where you are getting every note right.
yeah,
Like in
yeah.
terms of performing. What is your process of like getting into the whole thing?
I'm not saying this because you're on this chat, but when
Yeah,
people have asked me this question before, I would always say it's a good director. I believe this very strongly that I'm a director's actor. I genuinely
yeah,
believe this. If I'm good in a film, it's because I know the director has worked very hard on me. That being said, I feel when you look into a character, you don't really, dwell on Telugu, Tamil, what she is. You look more at the character.
yeah,
Where language is concerned, to be very honest, I'm not very good with picking up languages. That is not one of my strong.
yeah,
That's not one of
yeah,
my strengths.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but but then see, we do so many readings, right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
read so much, and we're always given the scenes the previous night, and
yeah,
even when we come on set, we always used to have a chat before we
yeah, yeah,
started rolling.
yeah, yeah.
So it kind of, I understand Telugu. I've done many
Yeah,
films
yeah,
to
of course.
understand the language.
Yeah.
I think when you know what you're saying, I mean, it's you kind of feel it. You feel it, and you just. I prefer handling certain things like this. Just go and just be. Too much of preparation has never worked for me, I feel. Sometimes there are those little nuances or some kind of effortlessness which comes out, I feel, when it's a bit
Yeah.
impromptu in front of the camera. That's the way I prefer doing it. And
Ma'am,
it's
yeah,
sorry, and if it doesn't work, I just want to tell everybody Surya is not at all going to say okay cut unless and until he is happy with a shot. So that's why that comes back to the whole circle of I believe I'm a director's actor.
ma'am, I remember there was this point where we were doing, like initially when we were getting into character, we did repeated takes, but towards like later half of the series,
Yeah,
I remember you being coming onto the set, delivering it, and then it was okay all the time, like directly. By the
yeah,
time we
yeah,
all would have like gotten the groove of the character,
yeah.
how she would perform. My favorite scenes was towards the climax. That long monologue towards end of the show. దేవుడు ఉన్నాడని చెడు చేయకూడదు లేడని చెడు చేయకూడదు.
The
The
yeah.
way you said, the way you say it, ma'am, like that is like brilliant.
I feel some scenes have really like it touches a raw nerve, they say,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was a scene that did. In some of my films, I have felt that. Like when I've done it, I really feel like crying. That happened during the '96 climax also. It happened
Mm,
during one or two scenes in VTV. I don't know this whole angle of, or maybe I was just having a rather emotional day when we shot that. I felt the pangs of I don't know, the pain between a brother and a sister and
yeah,
you and
yeah,
loss. I feel to be a good actor, you have to have certain real instances in your
yeah,
life
yeah,
that you kind of bring out on camera, especially when you cry or you really share something
yeah,
sensitive. I think
Yeah.
that is actually one of my. I have said it in some other interview that the entire last bit
Yeah.
was one of my favorite scenes to shoot, and it was not an
Yeah.
easy shoot.
Yeah.
It was many nights, and it was crowds, and it was not easy at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was
Ma'am,
amazing.
we have TTL Tanis Kuti, who is asking when is Leo 2? Please give me a update on Leo 2.
Is there a Leo 2? This is the question. I
I'm
think redirect to Lokesh. I don't know. Half the things I read about part 2, part 3 sequels is all like, I'm like, oh, Abdiya, Avna. This is the first time I'm reading things like this about my own films. So as of now, like nothing. At least I don't know of.
Yeah. Ma'am, what is your favorite scene that you've been part of? Like you said, the climax. Other
The
than that,
climax.
any of the favorite scenes that you enjoyed performing?
I enjoyed all my scenes with Sarathi.
Oh yeah,
And
of
not
course.
just
Yeah.
because he's a friend and we have a great rapport, because there is that little, remember again we spoke about this,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you don't know what they share. Is it a great
Yeah. Yeah.
friendship, or is it a bit of, he sometimes gets insecure, or sometimes she feels like bullying him? You
Yeah.
never know, but I felt every scene was something that we orchestrated between ourselves beyond the script.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed scenes with him. And then what else? I enjoyed the entire sit scenes with the cops. That was fun. It
Yeah.
was a laugh because
Yeah.
it was so much of fun to shoot
Yeah.
those. I'm unable to pick out one particular scene as such. I felt I like that moment with Chutki
Uh,
and me having ice cream, because there's
yeah.
nothing else in the film
Yeah.
which strikes that
Yeah.
sensitive thing between
Yeah.
the sisters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that was one of something I really liked.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes any project a hit. You touch
Yeah.
people and you have a winner, I feel
Ma'am,
already.
I remember the scene where you latched the door of the CA.
Oh, that was fun. Now, I had someone come and tell me
Yeah.
when I was working on Vishwambara, and she's an AD on set, and she came and
Yeah.
told me that was my favorite scene, ma'am. So I said, really? Why? And she said, no, this happens sometimes. There are some men who think too much of themselves. So I put this in my head, I'm going to go and do it. So I said, dude, please, please don't go locking people. At the end of the day, this is still fiction and you're seeing it.
Yeah.
So and there were many people who actually DM'd me, lots of women saying we sometimes go through this annoying things in the office space or in our workspace. So we are also going to lock people in the in the bathroom. So I said, do not say you learned it from me. We'll blame Surya for his
I get
writing
you.
on this one.
We should blame Padmavati Malladi who
But
wrote this
yeah, we
scene.
should.
Yeah,
Actually, we
like that,
should.
who wrote
Correct.
the scene.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
beautiful scene, ma'am. But what I'm coming to that scene is the stares that you have with Sarathi, sir.
yeah,
Like before she is humiliated, and the way that you brought the camaraderie between just at the looks.
yeah,
I've never seen, like, again I don't know what happens behind, like what conversations both of you had or anything, but the way it was, like the intensity with which you give him a look, and that small down look that he gives where he has this guilt in his face,
yeah.
that was beautiful. Like that is my best moments where like it was captured well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even I think going by the show, Brinda is someone who is very on guard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a very
Yeah.
closed up person.
Yeah.
Sarthi is one person, she kind of puts that guard down every now and then.
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
her to even have a burst out with him or blame him or to say, you're the reason, I do everything and you're useless, all of that is,
Yeah.
you would only do it to people you feel very close to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're all normally very dignified and on guard kind of people. Human
Yeah.
beings are like that.
Yeah.
When you feel close to someone is when you're okay to show them your vulnerability and
Yeah.
weakness. So I felt Sarthi is the only one she feels that way with.
Yeah.
And immediately it's like how we fight with our siblings or
Yeah.
someone. The next minute you go and say, okay, okay, sorry, I didn't mean it, which is true. We don't mean it. We just don't
Yeah.
care. We have no
Yeah.
filter when you care for someone, you just talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Ma'am,
I mean,
how was it shooting action sequence?
so
Like one of the comments,
action is
One after
God,
each.
I just before I even tell you this, I want to just say I have so much respect for my fellow co-stars, the heroes especially. Action is very tough. The timing, it's tough and it's so easy. Everyone looks at it, they all look like Superman, but you know the effort that goes, the timing of action, I think is actually very tough. And I got to battle with it in Brinda.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun, and that is another one of my favorite scenes with Thakur.
Thakur,
When,
yeah.
yeah, with Thakur, I think that was also a tough one. We shot it in the night. There was a lot of rolling, all of that happening. But it was also challenging. It was like your adrenaline is highly on high when you're shooting action bits. So that was fun. I think it was very, what I also liked was it was very natural, the action in this. It was not, there was no heroism to anything. It was how things would normally happen in reality.
Yeah.
So I think that's another thing people really enjoyed about Brinda. The comments I got was very real. She's not a perfect cop. She's got her flaws, her eccentricities. She's an insomniac, blah blah blah. So that worked because I feel nobody is perfect, and you relate to flawed characters a little more
Yeah.
than perfection on screen.
Yeah. Chetan D'Souza, like who did our action, was amazing. Had
Absolutely.
a good
We've been
time.
exchanging texts on and off because he's also so happy about it. And he really killed it. He's a tough taskmaster as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And
As
he
well.
managed to, he managed to probably do maybe 10 days of work in 6, 7 days,
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we managed to do it, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. Uh, Ma'am, we will take Ravindra
Yeah,
Vijay in a while. Like just
of
protest. We
course.
should
Of
take
course.
Ravindra Vijay. Everyone would love to see your camaraderie off screen as well.
Absolutely. 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 Please bring him in on the
I'll
chat.
just add him.
Sure.
Before I add him, what are your other favorite scenes where you are not part of this this
I like
thing? Like
I like Sarathi's scenes. I
Sarthis
really
scene.
like his scenes. Yes. In fact, I wanted to tell you that, but I forgot. I like even the moments he has with his wife.
Uh,
And I also I like the kutis. Because see, I didn't get to see them, right? I didn't get to film with
yeah,
them.
yeah, you didn't.
Oh my God, they are so good, Surya. I mean, congrats to you. I mean, because I saw whatever they've done only when the show was out, because obviously I was not there
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
shot
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And they are so good. The youngsters and even baby Brinda I met,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. Hello,
We
Hello,
have
hello, hello.
hello.
Hi, Trisha. Hi, Surya.
hi
Hi,
sir.
Sarthi. How are you?
Hi, Brinda. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all of us.
Vanakkam. I think our extra
Yeah.
little special bond was because the Tamil bond, no?
I know,
So
ma'am.
when
I
we
know. I
wanted
know.
to bitch about you, Surya, we were talking Tamil a little bit.
Sir, we were just
See,
getting to that question. What were you guys, both you and ma'am, were
uh,
like talking about me behind the
see,
scenes?
for me, it involved a lot of technical aspects regarding when you will get BP, when you will get sugar, when you will get neck pain, back pain,
Yeah, Surya, we
all
were
the
so
stresses.
worried that some vein in you is going to pop like this at some time because your energy is something. I've actually told him this. He has too much,
Yeah.
he has abnormal energy.
Yeah. I
I
had
remember
to like, yeah.
every now and then going, holding him by his shoulders and says,
Relax.
"Calm down."
Yeah, I used to do
Relax.
that a lot. All the audience should know that he's a doctor also. So if you have any things, you can get to him. And
Ah, by the way, this is Sarathi from Brinda. I don't have a mustache, so a lot of people don't recognize me.
Actually, even I didn't recognize you for a second. I'm like, who did Surya invite for this chat? But it's looking good. You look so different. Like
Thank you.
total,
Thank you.
total reverse.
Thank you.
Sadhu
Thank
sir,
you.
congratulations on Ravindra Vijay. Sir, congratulations on your release Raghu Tata,
Oh,
where he
yes.
Oh,
played a
thank you.
lead.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
So, please,
sir,
everyone,
tell
go
me,
watch
sir.
Raghutata in screens with Kirti Suresh
Yeah.
and me. So, sorry, plug in over.
And congratulations to the
Thank you.
team. I haven't caught up with
Thank you.
it, but yes, even I've been hearing very nice things about the
Please
film.
do watch. Please do watch. Please let me know what you thought. That'd be
Sir,
great.
how
Absolutely.
did you feel about, like we have been on set for almost 45 days?
Yeah.
Ma'am, if
Yeah.
you remember the final day where he was leaving, we were like, Sardi sir is leaving, Sardi sir
Yes,
is...
of
We were
no,
having...
I think he was secretly happy to leave. No, he was like, "Appa,
No.
final இது over, கிளம்பி போலாம்னு இருந்துச்சு."
Yeah.
At
No, but
least,
I
at least
think
that day, at least that day, I thought we'll finish on time and we'll have enough time to bid farewell and go. But
chanceless,
Chance
chanceless.
it.
Not at all.
up to the
Yeah.
last second, Dinesh Babu, the DOP, had his camera right into our face. Like,
Yes,
one
yeah,
shot, one last.
yeah, exactly.
So
But
for
then,
the
I mean, a
audience,
special mention to Dinesh also, who's
yeah,
super quick and thank you, Dinesh. I mean, if you're watching, for making us look so good and so natural, and he was amazing. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing to
yeah.
work with.
Thank you, Dinesh. Thank you. And the entire lighting
Ma'am,
team, because
yeah.
because the way they lit the entire series, especially
Yes,
our office, and to
absolutely.
maintain that kind of tone,
Yeah,
to every one of you, thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question. So every
yeah,
in the series, everyone whoever has watched it have been raving a lot about the camaraderie between Brinda and Saradi a lot,
yeah,
right? Like the girl and the boy, the friendship. There's nothing like it's not romantic or it doesn't go in any other territories. I remember you telling me in the first schedule, like when Sardi came aboard, and then you were almost like very happy with, oh, he's perfect Sardi. I remember you telling me, he's such a Sardi.
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
you telling me, you
He,
know,
he really looked like Sarati. Like
yeah,
really looked like a Sarati. I don't know how
Like
to
a real
explain that,
pain.
but no, I mean, but I think he also takes extra care. That's one of the reasons also he was happy when we finished because he was so particular about continuity and how he really looked like one of those cops in a police station you would see.
yeah.
And it
Thank
really,
you.
he
Thank
looked
you.
like a Sarati. I don't know how to explain it. He just looked like a Sarati. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Thank
what
you.
made you say that? Like, what made you say that this bond? Because it was very natural for me to be a friend, to someone, a girl or anything. But you were like, you got the appreciation that people are talking about both of you, like the friendship of like Brinda and Sardi.
Yeah.
People are really, really appreciating this, and it was very natural for me when I was writing it. So I didn't expect this to be talked about so much. What made you say that this will be celebrated, like in the first place?
And that's what I was saying. No, actually, before you came in, I was just telling Surya, when you sometimes as actors, we have always gone wrong. But when you're doing something, you have a very feel good feeling. In fact, we have also spoken about this. You
Yeah.
felt very positive about it.
Yep.
And you just know some scenes when you do it, it feels like you're really doing it, realistically. And that is I genuinely believe that's an actor's intuition. It's just feel good. You feel
Mm.
good about something you've done. You feel good about an episode that's over, and we had that all through Brinda. I must say, we really did.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
almost like a Watson and Holmes combo, except that
Yeah.
there is
Exactly.
a,
Exactly.
it's not of the mixed gender.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it would have been so easy to make it,
I think ma'am is
yeah,
buffering.
buffering. Let's wait.
Yeah, we can wait. Sir, these are so we should
Second
after
date.
after ma'am, I'm after writing. I mean, after ma'am comes, we should talk about Nabi, or
Yes.
my associate. We should talk about him. I think I'll try add her again.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Sir, how has it been? Like the reception so far? Like people, what are they saying about?
So fingers
Um,
crossed. We're just waiting for the weekend to get over. Yes, yes, she's back.
Sorry, I don't know. I
yeah, ma'am.
suddenly went off the radar. Yeah.
Yeah. I, yeah. Ma'am, even if I go off the radar by any chance, I think you should continue. I'll join again, like in case some technicality happens.
Okay, of course,
Oh,
yeah.
Ma'am,
this is like that friend who forms a group and then exits the group.
Yeah, and then asks to rejoin the group.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I remember, you remember the scene where we were supposed to shoot for like 4 hours. Like in the trailer, we had the first scene where you go out of the gate, you get so raised with Saradi, like saying,
Mm, yeah,
are you going to solve this case?
yeah.
Go talk to Solomon, go after him.
Do you remember we shot that scene between 6 to 6:30
Yeah,
when the light was
yeah,
going?
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I thought you wouldn't do it that day because it's a very important scene,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we had that place the permission only for
yeah,
that day. But I think we did it in about 10. We finished the whole scene
yeah,
within
Yeah,
that
I
time
think I think
span.
we did about three takes or something, and
Yeah,
yes.
or 2 takes. And Surya was like, I
No, no.
got it. I was like, and because Surya
yeah.
usually goes on like one more take, and Dinesh Babu, the
Oh,
DOP, goes, Madam,
இது
inko koncha light
சரியில்லை
miss
அது
ஆயிடுச்சு.
சரியில்லை. Yeah, yeah, I already told them. I already said Surya is not as charming as he seems right now when he's
Yeah,
directing. He's
yeah.
a very tough taskmaster. But that's also why I think you do bring out the best in actors. I do
Thank
believe you have a vision for
Yes.
them. And you don't say okay unless you're happy.
you. Yeah. Ma'am, most of the time
Him
I'm happy.
and the DOP, if they're like 100
Yeah.
crores flying in the background, Dinesh will be, bro, that 1 crore didn't
Yes.
flap its wings properly. We'll do one.
He will do one more. Yes. Correct. But I think it was all worth it. Like
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely.
it was all worth it.
yeah, yeah. Ma'am, what was
Especially
the
seeing the
scene that?
response across languages,
Yes.
like
Yes,
in
absolutely.
Hindi, in Tamil, in
In
Kannada,
Malayalam, yes,
Marathi,
yes, and
Bengali. So,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean that is one thing I really like about OTT. It doesn't really matter. Like language it really doesn't matter.
yep, yep.
Yeah,
And that is one thing maybe cinema sometimes, by the time you go and you need subtitles, this is like you play it in any language and it is literally pan-Indian. And that's what I loved about the show because there were comments from everywhere.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah. So we'll read some comments, ma'am. I
Yes, of
think
course.
people would want to. Uh, Teja
See,
said hi,
someone has
Trisha, ma'am.
someone has blessed the three of us for our upcoming marriages. I am loving it. Brinda ko iduko samaname ledu.
It might be our respective mothers, I feel.
No, no, my mom's done. She's given up. This must be your mom, Sarthi, for sure.
She's also given up with Surya's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Surya's mother.
yeah, okay, okay.
Okay, everyone
I'll
wants to know Vida Muerchi update.
Vida Muerchi, actually, I just got back from Hyderabad this morning. I was shooting for Vida Muerchi, guys, and you will see more and more updates in the coming years. I'm almost done with my part in the film.
oh, awesome.
There it
Sadhu
is.
sir, you should read about this Tamil movie, sir. I am afraid that I'll spell it wrong and fans wouldn't like it.
Isn't
Huh.
that too possible? So many people have asked.
Yeah, Brinda too is definitely possible, man. Like we definitely have, I definitely have that in mind. I would
Yes,
run the ideas and everything by you and Sardi sir and
of
everyone.
course.
We'll see
Of
how it
Yes,
course.
goes.
yes, yes. Looking
Yeah.
forward to
And
it.
thank you guys for all the love. I mean, I will definitely watch this again to read each and every comment, but because we've been talking, I'm not able to, and it's so fast.
Yeah.
So I'm only seeing a few, but I will sit tonight and again go through. That's what I do with live chats, like see everything and what people have said.
Ma'am, it's Suma said, when will you share screen with icon star Allu Arjun?
Oh, wow. Yeah, actually, I mean, Bunny has been a friend for the longest. I knew him when I was in college. Because he also, I mean, was from Chennai. So I mean, hopefully, I mean, if something correct comes by, why not?
Yeah. Ma'am, I have a question again.
Of course.
Okay, so uh, when you both were doing, it was a treat. Like for me, like every time we were blocking, we were staging, it was depending on like how you guys were performing.